So, welcome to another episode of the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. I'm your co-host Anthony Beck, along with my other co-hosts.
Batting second, Marcus Davis. And yes, pun fully intended.
Yeah, pun fully intended. As y'all may have noticed, our other co-host, for some reason, his computer is stuck. We don't know what he did to it. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. What I always say whenever this happens: the feds have seized his computer.
But they put the Rico case on
the, like, hey, I hope it's not Rico charges. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope it's not that. But if it is, Jerry, yeah, we can't help you. Sorry, we can't help you. But
It is what it is, brother. It is what it is.
If you guys are watching live on YouTube, first of all, subscribe, like, hit those buttons. We appreciate all that. But if you're watching live on YouTube or on Twitter, we have a very special guest joining us tonight from the Florida Gators baseball team. We have BT Riopel joining us. BT, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, guys. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, same over here, man. Just living life.
Yep, just living life. Speaking of living the life of a baseball player right now. So, guys, your season is about to get started soon. So, I guess my first question for you is, how did you end up at the University of Florida?
Yeah, so I after my junior year I was at Coastal Carolina prior, and I just didn't have the year I wanted to. I didn't really think that that professional baseball was kind of in my cards after college, and just wanted to start prioritizing my degree and my work experience after college. I made a lot of connections up in South Carolina. I just didn't want to live there. I want to be back down in Florida, and just decided to put my name in the portal and see if I can go to a school down in Florida somewhere. And I was literally on my drive home after I packed up my place at Coastal, and Florida called me, and just kind of went from there. I was like, let's go. I'll come here.
I mean, that's wild.
That's kind of a little story there.
Yeah.
I've never heard.
You spent 3 years at Coastal Carolina, correct?
I did. Yep.
Okay. So when you first started getting to the portal, what drew you to the University of Florida specifically?
Honestly, nothing drew me to them. I just kind of put my name in the portal and see if I can play somewhere, hopefully down in Florida. And they were the first school to call me and was like, "Hey, you want to come play?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Hey, that's one hell of a story. You shot sufficient there, and you came out with a good program.
Yeah, like seriously, I got a call from Gainesville, Florida, and I was like, I don't know anybody in Gainesville. And they left me a voicemail, and I was immediately called them back. So,
hey, like I said, man, we are glad you were a Gator, and we thank you for being a Gator. So no matter how you got here,
yeah, man, I'm happy to be here.
Got here. So, looking at the scene last year, and guys that are coming back this year, there's some guys out there. I noticed, Jack Caglione. I know he couldn't pitch last year, but he was one of the guys I looked at as a hitter, and I'm like, wow, this guy's different. So, I guess with him as a pitcher, like, what have you seen from him and from this pitching staff?
Well, him specifically, he is a freak athlete. I mean, if you've seen him from the stands, he might look pretty big, but like you get next to that kid, he is a physical presence. I mean, he's like all of 6'5", 250, and there's not an ounce of fat on that kid. And so to start with, he's one of the freakishly athletes that I've ever been around. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, he obviously puts it to use too. I mean, he throws 100 miles an hour from the left side and can swing it too. So it's pretty impressive to have a kid like that on the team. He'll be super good for us this year, and he'll be good for a long time. But the whole staff in general, I mean, we just have a bunch of electric arms, and that's kind of what you kind of see on the outside looking in. But we have a bunch of really hardworking guys, that are super excited to compete, that either are freshmen or established guys that have been here before, or guys that are transferring here. They're all super excited to go out there and compete for this team and, try to accomplish something that a bunch of us didn't last year, and in competing for a championship at the end. So, yeah, we're super excited for all of them.
You said 6'5", 250. I immediately need to call Billy Napier because we're gonna need a linebacker and an edge rusher, and if he's all of that and not an ounce of fat, we could use him for the fall. I mean, I don't know if you guys need him, but we might need to borrow him.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to make a little bit more money playing baseball if he goes in the first round. So we'll see. But yep, I mean, anybody you can get, we'll spread it out. We'll spread the talent out.
Hey man, so as
You got
far
Max
as
Brown.
see, I was just about to ask about Max Brown too. So he's been generating a little bit of buzz, on certain sections online during the fan base. So how have you what's your first impressions of him?
I mean, he's a great kid. I mean, he's only a freshman, but he's super mature. I honestly haven't really been around him in the weight room because he works out the football team and runs with them. So I haven't really seen his work ethic in there. But as far as I've seen at the field, since I've been around him, he's a great guy. Works his butt off and is a really good teammate. Obviously, it's tough to hop in there versus guys that are throwing 95 plus all the time. And you haven't had an at-bat in 6 months and going out there trying to get hits. So he's doing with what he can right now. But, I'm excited to see his future, whether it be in football or baseball.
Yeah, Marcus kind of stole my question, so I'll steal his next.
Just like, hey, man, I stole a question like I can steal first base. It's all good.
Well, I don't know how you can steal first base, but,
hey, man, I will find a way. I'm playing.
But yeah,
that's how it works, bro.
Of all the pitchers, which pitcher I would ask has impressed you the most, and also which one would you say is the hardest to hit?
Well, the pitcher that's impressed me the most, I wouldn't even say it's one of the big name guys I could say on our team. I'd probably say Cade Fisher. He's a freshman, lefty pitcher from Dalton, Georgia. And, he was on Team USA when he was in high school, and coming in, he was kind of just a soft throwing lefty, supposedly. And, he just goes out there and he just mows people down. I mean, he sinks it and slides in, could throw any pitch for a strike in any count. He's just a baller. He's a gamer. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. He just puts his head down. He doesn't say anything, works his butt off, it shows. I mean, tonight he threw 4 scoreless innings, no hits until the last out or something like that, and gave up 2 hits. But he had a great outing. So I'm excited to see him in his first year in college ball.
That's what's up, man. I love my lefty pitchers now, especially if they got a lot of velocity on their arms.
Yeah.
It's already hard to hit a baseball as it is. And then coming out lefty, it's a different angle. The ball's spinning differently. Mm-hmm. I like my lefties now. So that's good to hear.
It's not that. Let me stop lying. Yes, it is. That is by far one of the hardest things I've had to do. Looking at Coach O'Sullivan, of course, he's been here. I mean, you pretty much lose count of the years because of how long he's been there. But how is he? I would say away from the baseball field. Is he still more of a serious guy? Or is he more kind of laid back?
I have a great relationship with Sully. I think I've earned a lot of respect from him in my year and a half being here. So I've kind of gotten to know him, like you said, outside of baseball, which is kind of hard to do with a guy of that stature and that, with all of his credentials and everything that he's done. But he's a super down to earth guy. If you really get to know him, he kind of looks like a bulldog from the inside out. He's just tough on the outside and rough around the edges and whatnot. But he's such a great guy. He really does care about his players. Outside of baseball, we practice for so long and we go home and go to sleep. So I don't really get to spend much time with him outside, but I do know him as a person, and I have the utmost respect for that man.
Yeah, just looking at him from afar over the years, I mean, he doesn't seem like he's one of those coaches I'm pretty sure he gets on you guys if you make a mistake, but I feel like he's just one of those guys where it won't be too much. It'll kind of just, it's always a teaching moment with him, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balance between both. I mean, both are needed in certain situations. He doesn't have an issue putting his foot down and doing what's necessary to make sure that somebody understands either they did something wrong or what they need to do right. But, we have another 3 coaches that do a fantastic job, and with Chuck Taylor, and Cop that do a fantastic job with the guys. So it really doesn't have to put his foot down that much. I mean, we pride ourselves on doing the right thing all the time, but we have a bunch of people to help us out with a lot of experience. So.
And our co-host is finally joining us.
There
Right?
he is.
Here, man.
Did they bail you out of jail, Jerry?
Yeah, they did. They came and got me, bro. They paid $75K to get me out of jail.
God, what did you do?
What'd you do, bro?
No, I'm kidding, bro. My computer is just acting crazy for some reason. So I have no idea.
Well, now that you're here, go ahead and ask BT questions if you got them, bro.
Yeah, man. What's going on, BT? It's nice to meet you, bro.
Yes, sir. Good to meet you.
Yes, sir, man. So I just wanted to ask, what are some of your expectations from yourself this year and, just from the team?
Well, I put the team first. We're very excited about this year. As I've said before, we have a bunch of really good core players back from our team last year that, have come back to, achieve something that we haven't as a group, that we were just short of last year and had the potential to do so. But, I wouldn't, set our expectations too high. I understand we're play for the University of Florida, but we, we're trying to take it pitch by pitch and day by day, game by game, because that's ultimately how you win championships and stuff, not looking too far ahead. So we're just going to, look about it that way and approach it that way. But individually, I think for us to be successful, all of our core guys have to do well. I'm not trying to achieve anything individually. It's more collectively and what I can do to, help the team win at the end of the day, whether it, me hit 3 home runs in a game or strike out 3 times and play the best defense in the world. I'm just trying to do what I can to win. And ultimately that's all that matters. And that's what put people in seats. So.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, as a Gator fan, bro, like growing up, seeing our baseball team always be pretty good, and even with the Brady Singer team, it was just awesome watching the legacy and just Sully, bro. It's huge for us, as fans. And yeah, I will say a lot of Gator fans, we are some of the most spoiled fans in the country, if not the most spoiled fan base. But, as long as you guys give it your best, man, that's all we can ask for, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. You guys are I was on the outside looking in for a long time and never really understood it until this time last year. I was like, okay.
Or if you go to a football game.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear some things, especially at a football game. I've heard things. I'm like, I mean, there's kids right here. What are you doing?
Yeah,
some of the kids
are saying it too.
Yeah, some of the kids.
Hey, man, we keep young around here, man. We most definitely can't be a handful, but we love our Gators, and once you're a Gator, you're a Gator for life.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's definitely true. For me, honestly, there are certain series that I look forward to whenever baseball comes up. Automatically is Miami, then Vanderbilt. If we have Arkansas, oh yeah, I'm ready to play them as well. There is one particular series that I personally have circled, and it's none of those series, even though Vanderbilt's a very close second for me. It's that other team in Tennessee. So I would say for you personally, is there a series that you have, Mark, that you have circled that you're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to play these guys?
I mean, I think internally, yeah, but at the same time, you really try not to think that way. I'm super excited about our first game. We can't look forward to games like that because you can't get there, and it really doesn't matter if you don't put yourself in a good position to make it a big game, right? If I lose 3 out of 3 or 2 out of 3 to Charleston Southern, then that game doesn't make a hell of beans. So, like, I gotta do what I can to win the first game of the year, and then the second, and then the third, and then the last. That's what we got to do. But yeah, there are a bunch of big games this year, and we all know it. But they're big games because we do a lot to make them big games too. So
that's right.
You're definitely right about the first game of the year. Forward to the first game of the year. I mean, because it's open today. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole season. But Jerry, you had anything else?
One more question, man. So what were your last 3 options as far as schools you wanted to attend, and what made you overall choose Florida?
Yeah, I told them earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally entered the portal and they called me within 10 minutes and I was on my drive home and I was like, yep, done. I
Wow.
didn't have like a top 3. I didn't even have a top 2. All I had was 1. So, and it was the one, you know. So it was,
Shout out to BT.
Sign
Shout
shit.
out to BT.
And Sully for making that call just that fast.
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Marcus, you had anything else?
So basically, so as a catcher, so what's usually going through your mind like between each inning when you're back there?
Like during the inning or more like in the dugout when we're hitting?
More so during the inning, especially like when you have a pitcher that's either he's cruising, he's on fire, or you get caught in a bit of a jam. I mean, what's usually your thoughts going through your mind there?
So if he's cruising, I'd honestly just try to feel him out and see what's best for him. Because if he's feeling good, I want to do what he wants to do. You know, I want to throw what he wants to throw. I call majority of the game. So whenever I'm catching, if he's in a groove and he's feeling good, I want him to feel good about what he's throwing. And just kind of let him do his thing. But when things aren't going so good, I try to find ways to help them, whether get an impromptu out, which is just kind of an out where it doesn't necessarily happen on every inning or whatever. You try to get a back pick or you do something small and try to get an out that wouldn't necessarily happen if I didn't make it happen. Just try to do things to make sure that everybody's in line and we don't make a big inning turn into a bigger inning. Just kind of that. I don't really think too much about like, oh, what if this happens, or what if something bad happens. I don't really think about that. It's more of just kind of controlling what you can control and minimizing the damage.
Right, and you double as a first baseman also, though, right?
Yeah, I'll play first base a little bit. Last year, I played first base predominantly at the end of the year. I had a little shoulder stuff, and we were playing a bunch of teams I could run, so I didn't want to. We decided as a group that it probably wasn't best for me to catch and play first base.
So between the two positions, is there one you like better than the other, or are they kind of the same to you?
No, definitely catching. I love being in the mix every pitch, every play. Honestly, whenever I'm playing first, it almost feels like I'm getting a day off when you think about it. But it's nice to do every once in a while. But I don't care where I play. Honestly, whatever I can do to help the team, and they do a pretty good job writing out the lineups and doing that.
Well, Sully, he said doesn't care where he plays, so you can let him pitch. I'm just kidding.
But preferably, don't get him his catcher's mitt, get him his pads.
Yeah, give him his bag.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, like, what does all that gear feel like being? Because I played catcher one time, and I was like, yeah, this is a lot of gear to put on. So what is that like for you? Are you just so comfortable with this? Nothing to you, or does it get a little heavy sometimes?
No, it almost feels like one. It's like it belongs on you if you do it all the time. But it's necessary when you guys when you got guys throwing that hard. You definitely need that gear. So it's my best friend.
Yeah, that's very true.
Sure.
And like you said with Jack touching 100, and that's another thing. Like, what does that feel like if you get 100 miles an hour coming at you? Like what does that feel like to you? Like, does it hurt, or do you kind of catch it to where you don't feel it on your hand?
Did you guys play football or anything?
Oh yeah,
Football,
yeah.
basketball.
So I play football too. I'm relating it. You're running through the hole, your adrenaline's going, and you absolutely smack somebody. Like you just hit them good, and you never really feel it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like adrenaline's going, and you hit him. Wow, it's a big hit, but you just felt good. That's what it feels.
Yeah.
Your adrenaline's going. He's throwing 100. It just pops your mitt. It doesn't hurt, but whenever you're kind of just lounging around, you're like maybe just catching a bullpen or something. That 100 feels a little bit different.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Funny story. I tried to play catcher one time in my life. Like this is during Pete. So the guy who was pitching to me, he actually ended up playing at the University of Florida. Didn't pitch or anything, but he played first, second, all that stuff. He was able to throw 91 pretty effortlessly. So I had my glove up, right? I'm getting ready to catch it. I dropped the glove for 1 second. The ball comes right here and lodges right in the damn mask. I was like, nope, get me out of here. Get this stuff off me. Never doing this again.
Talk about your life flashing before your eyes.
I dropped it 1 inch. I was like, oh shoot, this is about to hit me.
Yeah.
Right in.
Yeah, I'd be done too. I feel like everybody kind of has that one like scare experience, and they're like, "Nope, I'm out."
Either you made for it or you ain't. So,
Yeah.
that's
definitely was
facts.
not built for that.
See, I'm like that if I see like a really bad injury, and that happened to me with football. Even though I kept playing, I'm old enough to remember seeing Willis McGahee's knee pretty much against Ohio State. That made me question whether I want to play football ever again. So
Yeah.
I would say for me, honestly, the worst thing I suffered playing baseball, I'm gonna set the stage because this was terrible. It was 30 degrees outside, and we were having a scrimmage. The wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour, and I'm up the bat, and I had to bunt. And so the pitcher's throwing, he's touching him about 90, 91. First pitch comes, I had to get out of the way because it nearly hits me. The second pitch, right here on the hand at 90 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it.
91 miles an hour, 30 degrees outside, wind's blowing at 30 miles an hour. That's not a good combo.
No, that's
That'll
not
do
fun.
it.
That was, and it felt like my hand was like, you ever like being so much pain? It feels like there's just so much swelling, even though it's really not there. It felt like my hand was about like this big.
Yeah.
And
I
then
know
it's
your
like,
hand was looking like cinnamon roll, bro. That's
I
crazy.
bet.
it was so bad. I tried to put my hand in my jacket. My hand's burning. So I'm like, okay, that's not working. Pull it back out. It's so cold. The cold air is just hitting my hand. So now it's stinging. So that was one of those times where I was like, yeah, coach, I'm all for bunting and playing small ball, but if this happens to me in the game, yeah, we gonna have some problems. So
Yeah, my senior year of high school, the night before like senior prom or whatever, I got drilled in the face right here, and I was in the ER till like 4 a.m.
ooh,
I got like
Bro.
stitches or whatever. It was pretty good.
okay, what's going on in South Florida where guys are getting drilled in the face by baseball?
Yeah, I was not. Yeah, no, that's scary stuff.
I saw that with the Marlins. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Giancarlo Stanton. I remember now. Saw that with him. What's going on down there where that's happening?
Derek Fabian on our team got hit in the fall. He had surgery and everything on his face.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
He's got braces and everything now.
Oh, that just recently happened?
Yeah, he like fractured like all these bones in his face, like right under his nose and on the side.
Oh my god, dude, that's terrible.
Yeah, right here, like right under the nose.
Ooh. Oh, I know that hurt. Oh, I don't even
So you want to play baseball?
still
Yeah.
play, but at that point, you got to wear a football helmet to play. So, yeah. Speaking of Derek Fabian, you got to play with him and Judd last year. So, how were they as not only teammates but as brothers, like out there on team? Was there anything different with them, or were they just kind of okay, just there?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome to see two brothers be on a team. I've never been a part of a team where two brothers played together. It was pretty cool. I mean, obviously you have relationships and a brotherhood on a team, but you really had a real brotherhood. It was pretty cool. I mean, they're obviously local guys from Ocala, and had a good following of themselves for their last name, and it was cool to see, when one of them succeeded, the other one kind of helped him out, and one was kind of, falling and wasn't doing as well. The other one picked them up, so it was cool. They both had their moments last year, but they were there to help each other out along with their other teammates, so it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. And with you just around campus, like when you have spare time, like what are some of the things that you like doing, in your spare time?
Yeah, just like to hang out with the guys. Really, right now I'm actually studying for an exam for
Oh wow,
like my job after school
Oh,
potentially.
nice.
So just trying to get certified and get my licensing and stuff. So that's consuming a lot of my time. That and baseball, but yeah, just enjoying it. It's my last semester, and just trying to soak it all up and make it one last good victory lap. So,
well,
Yeah,
whatever
man.
potential job is out there, you might want to wait on them for a select few years because me personally, I believe he won't be with y'all for at least the next 10, 15 years. So you might want to wait on that. or 20 if he decides to become somebody like Bryce Harper and get a 13, 14-year deal worth $450 million.
Hey man, hopefully as a Guardian, just saying.
Hey, man, it won't hurt to be a Brave though. I mean,
well, you're from Marietta, right?
Pretty much Atlanta, so I mean,
yeah,
that'd be a great homecoming. Now,
it worked out for Dansby Swanson. It'll work out for you too.
That's true.
Went to the Cubs.
Hey, but he got his ring. He got his All-Star.
You got his ring.
There we go.
But he also had to do what the wife told him to do because she's playing in Chicago. So it was either come to Chicago or we're getting divorced. So
Hey,
Ain't even married yet.
Yeah.
Hey man, it be like that though. It be like that.
But if you were to get drafted by the Braves, what would that moment be like for you personally?
Yeah, my whole life I wanted to play college ball, and a lot of people say, "Oh, they want to play professional baseball, or professional football, whatever." I always wanted to play college sports. I always wanted to play like with a team or university with like, a fan base that has your back. You're playing for something bigger than just yourself. That college is. You hear it from everybody. College is so much different than playing for a professional team. No matter what level you're at, whether it be in the minor leagues or major leagues, it's just not the same. There's nothing like playing with guys that you spend every single day, all day long with, and grind with them and hang out with them and succeed with them and all this kind of stuff. Like I never really thought about playing pro ball, and I never really understood what those people were saying, but now I do after 5 years. So I'm not necessarily excited about the next step, honestly, because I love this step so much that I was willing to come back and do that all over again, and then just go, work or do something else to benefit the game other than just playing. So we'll see where that takes me, but that'd be a pretty cool thing. But that's not really something I really think about.
Right. I will say because I'm pretty sure we've all been to a professional sporting event. We've all been to college sporting events. It is so much different.
It's way different.
It's so much different. It's more electric. It's just more fun, to be honest.
Right.
Just that environment is like, okay, professional is great. I mean, because making a lot of money to do it, but college is just different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I've every single second of my college experience has been awesome. Both schools. But yeah, this last year was the most fun year of sports I've ever played my whole life, and I'm excited to be back here for one more. So,
now speaking of college, though, did you get a chance to go to any college football games this past year, or?
Oh yeah, all of them home.
Oh, you went to all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, as you can see the looks on our faces, what was that experience like? Just this particular year.
Oh, I was so being at Coastal Carolina, you had like this 2020 college football team that was like supposed to be good. They beat Zach Wilson at home, like they did all this kind of stuff. And it's like, like I know what college football is about, man. I've been a Michigan football fan my entire life.
Oh wow.
So coming here, I was like another blue blood in college football. Like, let's go. I'm stoked. And obviously, I get here and the atmospheres are nuts. Like I remember last year we were 2-1, or I guess 2 years ago we were 2-1. We were playing Alabama, and that game, that was nuts, man. Like
it was.
That was the loudest football stadium I've been in, and I went to the Big House and they played Ohio State back in 2017, and I was like, that is the loudest football game I've ever been to. And then last year, started off with a good game. Get a big pick at the end of the game. Like, we played really well, but then we start getting some injuries, start to shake up here and there. But, I believe in Billy. He's a great guy. He was in the Sun Belt when I was at Coastal, so I kind of got to see him when they played there. And he knows what he's doing, man. And there's a bunch of good guys, hopefully, and he starts to filter out the bad ones and filter in the good ones and get his program set up. I'm excited for it. Like you said, once a Gator, always a Gator. So I'm excited to see how he progresses. Him and Todd Golden. I believe in all of them.
Oh, yeah, man. I love both of them as well. Especially Todd, man. Todd is electrical, man. I like the guy's energy for sure.
Yeah. Tennessee game, he was hyping people up on the sideline.
Yeah. He was getting
getting into it. But I would also like to request no more basketball games involving the University of Florida at Rupp Arena because I'm tired of playing out there.
Yeah, we were watching.
Start on that.
You're not gonna get no calls at Rupp, so it's just like you just hope for a miracle, really.
I mean, we had a chance to have the ball or be within a 2-point lead or a 2-point.
Oh
down
god,
by 2 at half. We were down by 11. Like, come on.
yeah.
And then at the end, you had a chance. You were only down 3, and then took a bad shot here. And that was pretty
Yeah, Marcus, that pissed me off, bro. You know I was pissed about that.
So I yelled at my team. I was like, "Why? Didn't need to say that."
Yeah, I mean that's just the passion of the University of Florida. I'm pretty sure softball is going to be like that too. So I do plan on watching them this year as well. Because
I'm gonna go on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say they start this week actually. Wait, who do they play? I forgot.
Boston University or Boston College or something like that, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll find a way to tune in, whether it's on radio or I got to stream it on television. But yeah, they'll be getting started soon. So they're going to be starting soon. You guys are starting in a couple of weeks. So are there any personal goals for you that you're looking to achieve this year?
I mean, specifically for myself, no, I don't have any personal goals. I think, team achievements draw interest to certain players. Obviously we had a successful year. I think last year we hosted a regional. We just came up short of, doing something special, but yeah, I'm excited for our team in general. I mean, we should do some damage, and I'm just excited to see what we do. And play our best baseball at the end of the year and make a run at it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you for joining us tonight. Hope to get more of you guys on here as well, and we're gonna try to get softball players on here as well. So we definitely appreciate you for taking time out of your night and joining us and chopping it up with us about baseball. So let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and and everything else.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. I'm private. I like to keep my stuff. Yeah, I don't really like to put it out there, but yeah, you can follow me wherever. Just it's my name.
Just good. That's understandable though, because you don't have to be like Jerry and get suspended 50 times.
Yo.
Man, why you gotta put him on the spot like that?
Look, Gator football, Gator basketball, Gator sports period can't make me upset to get to that point anymore. I've found my peace.
I will put myself out there. I wasn't necessarily suspended, but I was restricted for a week. I was put in Twitter jail for a week for something so minor. I don't even know what was going on. I just tried to tweet one day. I was like, okay, what the heck is going on? I got the email. Yeah, your account's been restricted for a week. I was like, yeah, okay.
It'd be like that, man. Like the Gators, since I was 10, they've always given me heart attacks. And the Jaguars, especially when they're good right now, I almost got suspended during the playoffs. I came very, very close if they won that Chiefs game. I was gonna get suspended.
If they would have beat Kansas City, I swear I would never have done another podcast with this guy ever again.
You're damn right.
Hey, man, I was rooting for it.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so my heart gets broken every year at this point. I'm at this point used to it. So
Dak needs to go, man. He plays in slow motion.
Why you gotta be my quarterback? Like, look, I feel like he got
Yo.
Come on,
the problem and
AB, what was the comparison you made the other day? Let's speak on it. What was the comparison you made?
Let's talk about it right quick.
I did not make that comparison.
What was the comparison? What you said about Dak Prescott? You compared him to
somebody put this post up. I did not do this. I swear I did not do this. It just came across my timeline. I don't know how it happened. Somebody put, I think it was Peyton Manning's first 7 years in the league and compared to Dak Prescott. So me personally, I was like, okay, what are you guys doing? I just saw, I'm like, what are you guys doing? First of all, Peyton Manning had an MVP or two, and I think he had won. Did he win the Super Bowl or was it the next year after that? I want to say it was the next year after that.
Yeah. It was the year after, yeah.
Yeah, it was the 8th year. So I did not put this out there. They did. Now, some of the numbers were eerily similar, but then with somewhere it's like, okay, Peyton Manning some of these years was throwing 50 times a game. Dak didn't have to really do that. So that's why his interception numbers were up and Dak's was down. I mean, because we didn't have to throw it 60 times a game. Right. I did not do this. I had nothing to do with this.
Plus, Peyton Manning's rookie year, he threw like 30 of them. So, I mean, it was what it was.
That is very true. That is very true. I did nothing with that.
James Winston.
I was just about
That
to
was
say,
like,
man,
Just sling that thing. Hand the ball off 30 times a game to Tony Pollard. Sling that thing. And if you throw a few picks, whatever.
right, exactly.
Better resign
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, because if we don't, I'm gonna have to take a trip to Dallas myself, and I'm gonna have to fire some people.
You will get a re-signed Zeke Elliott and you will like it.
You said what?
You will get a re-signed Zeke and you will like it.
Yeah, if we dropped another running back with them.
All right, AB. All right.
Yeah, if we lose Tony Pollard and have to re-sign Zeke, I'd be cool with Jahmyr Gibbs from Bama. I'd be cool with that.
Cope.
Yeah. This is how they treat me about my Cowboys. I would say something about the Dolphins, but I don't
Yo,
want
relax.
Ew.
Relax.
thing. I mean, at least my team didn't try and get a quarterback killed 3 different times. I'm just saying.
Relax.
We don't gotta do all that now. We ain't gotta do that.
But yeah, BT, we
I'm not
definitely
able-
appreciate you for joining us tonight, man. Hopefully we'll have you back on again soon. Maybe at the national championship. I would hope so. That's what we're gonna be rooting for. But yeah, we'll definitely be here cheering y'all on, man. And we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you for all you do. You guys are positive guys. You need those to stick around here.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll see you guys.
See you
All right,
later.
man. Stay up, brother. Thanks for
Take
coming
care,
on.
man.
That was BT Riot people. That was a great conversation, even though Jay was a little bit late. No, J Money. Tony is not coming to Philly. That is not happening.
What
No.
if he did though?
Well, then, Marcus, you're fired from the podcast if it happens.
What you fired me for? What did I do?
Because you said, what if it happens?
I'm just saying, what if it does? It's not going to, but
Your job is on the line.
I'll be all right. We got 2 of these podcasts anyway.
He'll be all right.
Both
He'll
of
be
them.
all right.
Who said you will have to?
Man, besides, even if I get fired, I'm gonna just go in the comments and call in.
Yeah, we gonna block.
Man, about to be next Harvey up back, bro.
I'm not gonna go to AB's house and then poison some trees now. I ain't that crazy.
You're not doing that anyway. I'm gonna know you there anyway. I got the rain gap, so I'm gonna know you there, and I'm gonna be right there.
Hey man, I'm stealthy like it, man. You'll never know.
Oh, I'm gonna know. It goes off every time it senses somebody there. I'm gonna know.
Oh my God.
Somebody's dog could literally run across, and I'll know it's there.
So I'll
Yo,
just
Jay
all the way
Money.
across.
J Money, shout out. Real quick, bro. Real quick. I just want to say, bro, shouts out to J Money. That man literally comes on every podcast commenting
Definitely.
every single week, bro. Like, shouts out to that man, J Money, bro. Like,
For real.
Stay-
That man, he
Definitely.
don't miss a show. He don't miss alerts. He don't miss nothing.
I love it. I love it, man.
If
We really appreciate you, bro.
Misses the show, it's because his job tried to kill him. That's all I'm gonna say.
What's
That's
that?
the only reason why his job tried to kill him if he misses the show. But we definitely appreciate you for coming on, man. Definitely. Yeah. That was a great conversation, though. I'm excited. I'm excited for this baseball team and seeing what they can do out there. The different arms that he got. You missed it, Jerry. He pretty much said Jack Caglione is every bit of 6'5", 250, throws 100 miles an hour. So I pretty much told him, yeah, we're gonna need him to play some linebacker and the edge rusher for us next fall, because if he's 6'5" and 250 and there's not a single ounce of fat on him, yeah, we're gonna need all that on the football team.
I ain't gonna lie. It might be another position where you might need him at, but it's pending. It's pending.
I mean, we'll get some reverse
Tight
match
end?
around, man.
Huh?
You trying to say tight end?
Nah.
What position then?
What you saying then?
He's saying quarterback. He's saying quarterback.
Yeah,
Bro, I didn't say anything. You said it.
it's implied though.
I said it for you.
Hey, man, look, I'm just. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We don't have faith, but yeah, like I said, I'm excited about this baseball team. What they can do this year. I mean that potential weekend crew of Brandon Sproat, Hurston Walter, and Pierce Capella. Oh, I cannot wait to see those guys out there. Especially if we get the Pierce that we saw last year before the back injury. We get that Pierce Capella.
Oh,
Yeah,
I need that Pearson ball back, man.
get that Pierce Capella. Yeah, it's up. That right there was something special.
Yeah, he got some pop over there, man. Like Hopefully, the back injuries are behind them. We're able to get back to doing what he was doing before everything happened, and because he is a Dex factor if there ever was one.
And I think they said he had a bulging disc in his back, so they got that figured out. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the guys, and really the bullpen guys as well, because I think Jack Caglione is going to be in the bullpen. So if he's coming in throwing 100 miles an hour, then you got the funky motion of Blake Purnell, who's been dominant since he got on campus, and he's just a sophomore this year. I mean, you heard some of the guys he mentioned, and he's like, this pitching staff I think is deep this year.
Yeah, I think that was something that we were concerned about last year and the year before. So I mean, I really couldn't tell you the last time we had a really, really deep bullpen, I guess, such as the one we have now. And that's when something's kind of been biting us in the butt with multiple series and kind of winning the SEC lately.
Like we would just run out of arms.
Like we had to have starters go 7 to 8 innings just for us to have a chance.
Yeah, it was brutal last year with that. Like we would just straight up run out of arms. We had to mix and match. We have to find the right guys here on this weekend, and then another doubleheader. We just run out of arms and have nobody really to come out and throw.
Yeah,
be fresh. Like they say, man. Like good staffs, starting pitching staffs, they win the games. Bullpens will win you championships because they're good. They're on late in the innings. They will take you home and they'll get you trophies.
Oh yeah, it definitely will. And J Money, shouts out to you, man. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, dog.
Happy birthday, fam.
And you celebrated all weekend. I'm surprised you actually on the show coming because me personally, if I celebrated my birthday all weekend, yeah.
Hey man, that boy J Money a workhorse, man. He don't miss nothing.
I'm pretty sure
we know if AB celebrates his birthday all weekend, where he gonna be at, bro.
We all know.
Yeah,
he gonna be at the Fountain Blue speaking Spanish.
Hey.
Sin tu cama. Nos vamos para casa.
Oh my God, AB. Ridiculous.
Hey, I took Spanish for 2 years. That was one class that I definitely paid attention in, but also it wasn't that hard to me.
Yeah. Once you get the hang of it, it's okay.
It's just grammar. Once you get through the grammar, like it becomes easy.
Yeah,
right.
I struggled early because I had a teacher that did some wild things, and I'll leave it at that. But after I got into high school, I was cool. Like, I was passing with flying colors.
Jerry, you know that gift for the guy that gets the chair? He's like, he lets the chair out and he sits down. Yeah, we here for that, Marcus. What happened?
Also, my first ever Spanish teacher, so he wasn't very good. I took Spanish first time my 7th grade year. Barely passed it because he didn't really teach very much.
7th grade.
This is great.
Yeah. In school I went to.
I wish they would have gave us that in middle school.
I went to a person. Yeah. You know how it is. Like you gave several options. So you had Spanish, you had French. If you were a brainiac and you wanted to learn some shit, you could take Latin. And if you were like super elite language, you could take German. So I chose Spanish, and they would give you like tours of all like the 7th grade, 8th grade like Spanish classes, and like French classes, and you could like just sit in and like have a little good time. Like in French, people took it because you get to make crepes and stuff like that. Spanish, like I just took it because of the language, and it's Florida, so got a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I took it from 7th grade all the way up to around 11th. And my first ever teacher, he was something. So he was kind of a quiet shy dude. He didn't really teach all that much. Just kind of got through lessons. Didn't really learn that much. 8th grade, it got a lot better because I got a new teacher, and I was flying from there. So that first teacher I had, 8th grade year, I want to say this is March 2012, he gets fired.
What?
Yeah, so he gets fired. So he comes back the same day, and yeah, Yes.
Wait, was that the story that you were telling us about it last time?
That's the one.
Oh my God, bruh.
Yeah.
Like with your principal and everything?
Mm-hmm. Same dude.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy.
That's terrible, bro.
Yeah, March 6, 2012.
That's terrible, dog.
Horrible.
It was bad. And I was like a couple doors down from where it actually happened to. Funnily enough.
Yeah, I would have transferred schools after that. It would have been a wrap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I'll just stick around, see what happens. So, luckily, nothing crazy.
See what happened.
Fortunately, nothing crazy at the school ever happened again.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm lying.
Wait, what else happened? What else happened?
So the head of the high school, my senior year, he kidnapped the teacher.
Bro, Marcus.
Bro, my school's
Man.
So basically, he was seeing the teacher, one of the French teachers. No,
We gonna get to the show, by the way, people, but we had to hear this.
Story time with Marcus, bro.
Yeah, man. So he was a nice dude, though. Funnily enough, he was cool. I mean, I tried to with him a couple times, but he was freshly divorced, so he started seeing one of the French teachers.
Oh my god.
She was seeing somebody though, so it was kind of like a weird little entanglement there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I used the word entanglement.
Should I play the song?
But so she breaks it off. He goes crazy. So one day he sees her just driving around. He runs up on her at gunpoint, puts her in the car, drives to a farm he has in Gainesville, of all places.
What?
Yeah.
That is wild.
her and a friend of hers, like he just runs up to her at gunpoint and drives to a farm in Gainesville. So, and he ends up getting Baker acted. And we the students, because we talk, especially you know in high school, you always have those teachers that will tell you
talking. You definitely talking.
Yes, they told us everything. We all knew. And then they tried to email like the parents and everything to let them know what was going on and whatnot. But it was like, you didn't have to do it. We've been told the parents before you even did any of this. So no use.
Right.
So she gets found. She comes back. It's basically not spoken of. It was a saga. Mind you, this was the near the end of senior year, like near the end. So our high school graduation, our school gets out in May. This happened around like early April-ish.
Dang, this man was being wild around Easter, bro. That's crazy.
I'm saying, bro, Jesus is about to get resurrected, bro, and you out here doing this?
We out here about to celebrate the resurrection
That is unhinged behavior.
Christ, and you doing this.
Oh man, you were born to dust and dust. You were not returning from that, bro.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is wild. Yeah, J Money, he had a Will Smith.
So yeah, Will Smith moment.
I've seen it in this situation.
This he was man on fire. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I was about to say that's something like that.
I thought about working 12 hours. Oh no, not after celebrating.
Okay.
Not working 12. I'm working 8. You can forget that.
I'm not working 8-hour shift.
Yeah, man. Go home.
That one, yeah, just go home and stay home. But yeah, we had an eventful weekend basketball this week. Starting off with the big victory at home over the previously number 2 ranked Tennessee Volunteers, who, and I will tell y'all right now, that game was personal after what happened last season with them, where they were talking and gator chomping after the game. Jason Jatopo had the eye injury. Yeah, it was very personal. They had this game circled. So I was not surprised that we won that game because I think we all felt it coming. Like we all was like, you know what? This is going to happen today.
Yeah, I felt because, considering the schedule that we got right now on the docket, we had to beat somebody.
Exactly. I would say we had to beat
Tennessee, as good as they are, they cannot score. So it was a game for the picking. And they were playing, and what playing against me right now, you were going to beat someone if they were a team that's not very good at scoring, or they don't have like that singular guy where it's like he's going to drop 40 on you if you were not careful. Like, we had a chance, and we played well enough on offense. Castleton played a great game. We got enough out of some other guys. Defense played well. limited turnovers, and we came out with the win.
Yeah, we played a very, very good team game. Capston was an absolute mismatch. We played really, really good defense. And I think one thing that, has been very impressive for me, even though we don't have the best record, I mean, I've seen so much improvement from one guy in particular, Myron Jones. I mean, this guy has been playing very, very solid. Outside of one mistake that he made toward the end of the game against Kentucky, he's been pretty turnover free. He's played a lot better defense than he has last year. So I think he's been key in kind of turning our season around, bro, and kind of getting us, on the bubble. So shout out to Myron Jones.
Yeah, he's been playing. He's a guy that's definitely trending up. On the flip side, a guy like Kawhi Reeves, what I had hopes was trending down.
Kawhi reminds me of another guy that had dyed hair at UF.
Relax,
man.
But no, seriously, I love Kawhi. He's a good athlete. Like, he's talented. You see it when he's on the floor. But the reason I get on the floor so much is just because he just takes bad shots.
Yeah, and some decisions he makes are just.
Like, there's one in Kentucky game where we came down on the floor. He just pulls up, just takes an unnecessary shot. I'm like, Kawhi, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I want to hear. Yeah, we're discussing the Tennessee game. That was a great game. Defensively, that was one of the best games I've seen Florida play all year long. They completely suffocated Tennessee from start to finish, and they just couldn't do it. Tennessee just couldn't do anything. They couldn't
Just
get
a bad matchup for them, bro. We have a lot of athletes. I think it was just a bad matchup for them boys, really.
Yeah, they just don't. They struggle to score at times.
Yeah.
We're not the greatest scoring team ever either, but we play very well defensively.
And we got to go to.
Like Castle had, we have a chance against them.
Yeah.
And by the way, he held his own against Kentucky, but like I said earlier,
He played great against Kentucky.
He outplayed Sheboy.
Yeah, when it's 5-on-8, that's a problem.
And even then, the reps weren't great, but at the same time, there was like long stretches in the first half where we just could not stop turning it over in the dumbest ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can beat that team. I think we play them again pretty soon, so we can definitely.
I think we'll beat them at home.
We just couldn't fucking rebound when we needed to.
Yeah, we couldn't rebound enough, and we had an instance to where Kentucky just got hot at one point in the game, and it's just kind of like.
Yeah, there was like a stretch where like, okay, you cut down to like round 2 or 3,
yeah,
and then they have a run where they get it back up to like 8 to around 11. Like,
yeah.
Jacob Toppin was playing very well that day. Javier Wheeler had timely play. Kason Wallace was a menace.
All of them playing great ball. It's like, what do you do?
And this is without Sheboy playing good. Like, he had 5 points and fouled out.
Yeah,
you should have a chance if that happens without Sheboy. And other guys just picked up the slack, and we just struggled to score outside of Castleton for long stretches, and we couldn't rebound the ball late in the second half. We had our opportunities to, and that was the game.
Yeah, and that's the game where you want to see somebody like Alex Fudge, absolutely ball out. But it is what it is, man.
Didn't happen.
I will say this: do not watch the game on Wednesday night. We might die that game.
Look,
that's a Bama game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just don't match up well with them. I don't think so.
Yeah, GG's. I'm afraid of what could happen in that game. Brandon Miller is an absolute stud. He won't be the number 1 pick in the draft, but
he'll be like 3rd or 4th ish.
He might push for 2nd, depending on what team has the number 2 pick.
Maybe. You never know. He's a talent. Any other year, he'd probably be a top 2 pick. Any other year, guaranteed. But this year, with guys like Victor and Scoot, it's tough. But depending on who got it, like you said, AB, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, man. Whatever's supposed to happen is gonna happen. We just got to bounce back after this tough stretch.
Yeah, like we knew what it was with this stretch. Like you were gonna take a match.
I just want us to get one, just one game, and we got one.
Well, we got one. We at least got one. But that game is in Tuscaloosa as well, so it is going to be really, really tough. They are long. They defend. They can score at will. Man, that team is something serious.
But if Nate Oates comes out trying to do too much, because I love Nate Oates, but sometimes I feel like they shoot too many shots, like too many ill-advised shots. And if we can kind of get them shooting deep, I think they can learn to not turn the ball over.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
Yeah,
And they did it
yeah.
in the dumbest ways they possibly could. Like they would have breaks, and this one really bad pass, all of a sudden break over and they score on the other end.
Right.
You miss a shot, you have a wide, you miss a wide open layup, you open 3 on the other end in transition.
Hey man, I agree. Scared money don't make money, but hey man, look. Have you seen this Alabama team play? Have you seen them this year?
They are freakishly athletic. And
They are. First of all, I don't even know how they have 3 losses at this point with the way they play.
Because college basketball is weird this season. That's why.
Yeah, you're right. We have entered the twilight zone, people. When have we ever said that Alabama was atop the SEC and Clemson was atop the ACC in basketball?
And Duke and UNC are unranked.
Hey man,
Duke got blown out tonight.
Who did?
Duke got blown out tonight.
yeah, Miami.
Who?
Miami beat the brakes off.
Good.
God. They beat Miami before.
They could have won the first time they played Duke.
Yeah.
Probably should.
Because Isaiah Wong, bro, is a bucket.
We have entered the twilight zone, people.
Comcast,
We are usually seeing Alabama and Clemson atop the SEC and ACC, respectively, in football. This is basketball we're talking about. What
One
is
team? Look, man, I'm gonna say one team that I think really has kind of like folded over the last month or so. UConn. I really like. I don't know what's going on with them, but they look like a legitimate Elite 18. But like now, I don't know what's going on.
they just kind of settled back in. But like then again, with this season, if they get hot at the right time, they probably could get back to that.
That's true. That's true.
There's no one that dominant where it's like, yeah, that team is going to the Final Four. That team's definitely going to the Final Four. Lock it in right now. There's no one there.
going?
What is it?
You said who's going? Which shoe you locking in?
I said there's no one you can just absolutely lock in.
The brackets are gonna be freaking.
It depends on matchups right now because
It does depend on matchups. But if there's a team I would say is real close to being a lock in for me, it would be Bama. Because they just match up so well with everybody, really.
yeah, but
Bama's gonna run into a team.
There's only one team I think they'd have an issue with. And the reason why is because who they have at center. It's Purdue.
I don't like Purdue's guards at all, though.
I don't like their guards, but Edie is a force in the middle. I mean, you talking about 7'4", elite footwork, a post game, and pretty much sending your shot out the arena. Not into the stands, out of the arena. That is one matchup I think Alabama might have trouble with because
Man,
But there's games where Bama could just have really cold because they got beat by 40 by Oklahoma.
yeah.
that was honestly, I watched some of that game. That was honestly, Oklahoma shot the lights out the building. Like you're not gonna shoot like that.
But in the tourney, that can happen.
That can happen, but to that clip, we'll have to see. To that clip, we will have to see. But that was just one of those games where it was just a bad game. They shot the lights out the building. There was really nothing they could do.
Yeah, but we just don't know this year.
A team to make sure you advance in your bracket. Dusty Mays Fighting Owls. Trust me on this.
Hoot.
Trust me on this.
Throw it out, Jerry.
Second round.
No.
Maybe the second round. You know what? I feel bad for what I'm about to say because I know y'all went there. I have a feeling that the committee is going to give them a horrible bracket.
Yeah. I can see it.
Catch up in the first round.
They're gonna get them out. Yeah.
Yeah, there might be a chance they get them up out of there.
I could definitely see that.
Like a 7-6, probably, maybe if they really ball out, but who knows?
And I hate to say that because that is a really, really good team. That's a good team, and I just had that feeling they're gonna do that. It's like the year Wichita State was the number 1 seed and they had Kentucky in their bracket.
Wait, was that with Clay Anthony Early?
Yeah, Clay Anthony Early, Ron Baker, Fred VanVleet.
Clay Anthony Early, bro. I thought he was next LeBron.
Oh my God!
Why?
That man was fire, bro. I was like,
I love Clay Anthony at Wichita, but damn, did you have to lie like that though, Jerry? Who's the best pro on the team?
About everybody else and the lies they tell.
Or no, at least the next great wing.
But no, didn't that Kentucky team actually go to the national championship game?
They
Was that
did.
with the Harrison twins?
Yeah, it was. They went to the
Louis Brown won the Harrison twins. Yeah,
championship game.
Oh, so Florida was number 1 that year.
yeah, that was the team we would
Yeah,
have
that was the team. That was
Jesus
one of the teams we could have. That wasn't even the best team not to win a championship.
Who, Florida?
Yeah, that was not Florida's best team to
One
not.
of the Elite Eight teams out there won from like
The,
the year
the
before.
best Florida team to not win the national championship is that team with Scotty Wilbekin and Patrick Young.
I mean, that was like all the Elite Eight teams.
Yeah, I was saying, which one? Which one are you talking about?
That was the Final Four team. The team that lost to UConn. They had 3 losses and 2 of them were to UConn.
We think that was the best one to not win.
Not win one. That team was 30. That team ended the year 36-3.
See,
And 2 of those 3 losses were to UConn.
but see, my thing is, bro, just hear me out, bro. I was a big fan of that 2012 team.
With Bradley Beal.
Yes, I
So
really
the one that blew
was.
the Butler was the one that probably was better than the team that actually got to the Final Four.
Which one?
I think it was the one that lost to Butler in 2011.
Talking about with Vernon Macklin, Chandler Parsons, Scotty
Better-
Wilbekin.
You think that team was better than the 2014 team?
They blew it. Final. They were up like 14 that game against Butler and they just blew it.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you line it up, we're talking about like strictly in March. We had so much depth. We had Kenny Boynton, we had Irving Walker, we had Chandler Parsons. All 3 can get you a bucket, right? Casey Prather he could disappear in the game. I love Casey Prather, but he could disappear. You know what I'm saying? Offensively. You had Patrick Young come off the bench. You had Vernon Macklin, Tyus Jones. Eric Murphy was also on that team.
Who?
Tyus Jones, right? Not Tyus Jones.
Alex Tyus.
Alex Tyus. Alex
Yeah,
Tyus.
I was gonna say.
Not Tyus Jones. Alex Tyus.
Florida.
And who was? We had one more guy. Alex Tyus. I can't think of the other guy.
Tyus, Murphy, Parsons, Walker, and Boynton.
Was it Eric Murphy?
We had Eric Murphy.
You said Eric Murphy.
There was Prather on that team?
I want to say because
He was, but he was young. He wasn't playing a whole lot.
No. Not 20. There was one more guy. I can't think. There was one more dude I can't think of.
But see, Jerry Marcus, this is why I think you guys are wrong about this team for one reason. That team couldn't shoot free throws to save their life.
Mike Rosario was on that team.
Mike Rosario, yep, he was on that team. But that team couldn't shoot free throws to save their life. And number 2, that 2014 team is locking that 2011 team down. They were one of the best defensive teams I've ever seen.
True, but like I'm saying though, in a 1-game scenario,
I'm taking that 2014 team because of their ability to lock guys down.
yeah, but a 1-game scenario, I'm taking guys personally. That's true, but I'm taking guys that can just give me a damn shot whenever I need, because that's why we lost to UConn. That is
exactly
they just shot the lights out on us.
Or it could be because I don't know. You said 2014. What was it? Shabazz Napier just went off on us
because Scotty Wilbekin couldn't go get us a bucket for nothing that game. He couldn't get us a bucket.
They just had athletic guys and athletic wings all over the place. Like DeAndre Daniels was a nightmare.
Ryan Boatwright was freaking. Oh my!
Neil Scafati was a damn sniper.
But also Casey Prather. You talk about him disappearing sometimes. That was one game he disappeared.
He disappeared.
That was one game he disappeared.
And that's why I say, bro, like you look at all the teams we lost against, right? So 2010, we lost to what was it? Shelvin Mack. Shelvin Mack was getting buckets on us.
Mack, bro.
Like,
Shelvin Mack.
2011, Peyton Siva. Peyton Siva was getting buckets on us.
That was the Michigan team, I'm pretty sure.
2011.
2010 we got to the 2010 was the second round. 2011 we got to the first Elite Eight.
2011.
Yeah, no, 2013. That was the year we lost to Michigan.
That was Trey Burke.
Trey Burke year.
Trey Burke and what was the white dude name again?
I know you're talking about. He was a bust in the league.
Beat the hell out of us.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, beat the hell out of us.
And last year, we always lost to little small guards that could freaking put up points on us, bro. That's literally what happened.
That was the kryptonite from hell.
That was the
The
kryptonite.
minute we saw a team that had guard play, that was quick, athletic, and get shots whenever they needed to, it was game over.
And then Billy Donovan decided to go get one in Casey Hill. That's what he decided to get, and it freaking blew up in our face.
Hey man, it was what it was.
19. See, they were good, but they weren't touching 2011 and 2014. They weren't touching them teams.
Oh, Nick Stauskas. That's what I'm thinking about.
There's another one. Nick Stauskas and the big guy.
Damn, when Mitch McGary had Lynn Sandy run the damn tournament.
Mitch McGary. But, bro, I mean, it was just Anthony Davis.
I'm still taking that 2014 team. I'm sorry. That 2014 team, even the bench, those guys were – I mean, they weren't big names. This is the thing. That 2014, they weren't a whole lot of big names on that team, but they all were cohesive. They
Yeah, they were cohesive.
They never really deviated from their role. That's why I said I like that team over 2011. 2011 had guys like Kenny Boyd that might get beside themselves, start taking a bunch of shots they don't need to take. You might have a guy like and stop getting the ball to Vernon Macklin. That's why I think the 2014 team, they wouldn't do that. If somebody's got the hot hand, of course they're going to feed them. But for the most part, that ball's moving.
I'm not going to lie, bro. If I got to go head to head, 2014.
That 2014 got more talent. That's true.
That's the 2014 team was the one that broke through, but they're probably. But I'm taking the other Elite 8 teams over them in a one-game scenario. Yeah. That's just me though, just because we have more explosive guard play. And
there was more cohesion in 2014, and they kind of knew what to do. But I really think there was just more talent on the 2012 team, 2011 team. I mean, it's just
it was more talent, but they weren't a better team.
In the one-game scenario, talent wins out.
Talented team. And then being a better team.
I'll take talent in college basketball in one game.
Because the Harrison twins and Julius Randle, they weren't a better team than that 2014 team, but they made it to the championship. They were just talented.
They just got their shit together. They were talented. You saw the talent, especially in that first game against Michigan State, where Randle just bullied everybody.
Yeah.
Then they got into the conference play. They plummeted because they were just so young.
Yeah.
And then around conference tournament season, they started getting it together, started playing more like a team, and then they had big shots from the Harrison twins, almost in the tournament. Julius Randle just being Julius Randle at that time.
James Young, Celtics legend.
James Young.
They had to bring up Julius Randle, man.
I mean, he's supposed to put on the team.
That was one guy that we missed on that we could have had.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And we were right there too. I really thought we was gonna get him to the day before he committed. I was like, get this guy.
It happens, bro. It happens. Real quick though, I want to kind of transition just into a little bit of football talk before we get off here, because I know that's a lot of people want to talk about and want to hear about. So there was this rumor that Andy Jean is 200 pounds. Look like he's running about a 4'4". What's that about, bro? Is that baby Amari Cooper? Like, what are we?
That's what
pretty much give him the stamp of approval too.
Yeah, he pretty much told him to go to Florida, basically, without saying go to Florida. Shout out Tiger Jones, man.
Shout out. I mean, I don't mean brag or anything, but who said that could be a freshman that steals some playing time besides Eugene Wilson?
I mean, we all knew some of them.
Yeah, because I really could see all the wide receivers there.
All of them are probably going to play.
You don't have Bama, Georgia, and Texas ain't pressing for you, even though you're not like the highs of the highs recruit wise. You don't have those schools pressing after you unless you were really good. And those schools are camping out in Miami. They're camping in Miami.
Mine was at his doorstep begging. So I mean, some kind of talent.
Fans, stop lying on the timeline saying you guys didn't want him. Yes, you did. He was committed.
Wait, Miami fans?
They definitely.
Stop. Yeah, cut the cap. Y'all,
them in Florida State.
He was committed to y'all and decided that he wanted to go to do bigger and better things.
Now, the Florida State saga for a minute was really, really funny, though.
That was hilarious. It really was.
Isn't Florida State? You know what was funny about that? I'm going to tell you. I knew that visit was happening, but he only went there to hang out with a couple friends.
That's how it always goes in recruiting.
That's literally all he did, but he had to make it seem like he was interested. That's all.
Right. That's funny.
He was going to hang out and go to a couple fan parties And
I'm gonna let you fans think y'all got. I'm gonna let y'all think y'all have a chance to watch what happened. Signing day. Yeah, I'm going to Florida. His is one of the first in their lives that was in.
come on, bro, you got business, man. You got to use them, you know.
Yeah.
And you also got unofficials. Go hang out with one of the homies. Go to a couple fan parties across the tracks. Maybe go to Potbellies for a little bit. You know, do what you do.
Guthrie's, because Guthrie's. I went there when I went to the Florida State game. The Florida State game. I went there before the game. The chicken was fresh and hot. The fries was fresh and hot.
What else is fresh and hot?
No, the food was good. It was actually good. It lived up to my expectations.
And something else was also fresh and hot, huh, AB?
No, not really. It was raining. Wasn't really. I mean, weather-wise, it was raining. It wasn't that great out there. I mean, the benches were kind of.
There was no pocket full of sunshine out there.
No pocket full of sunshine.
Oh, it's about full of sunshine. Yeah, I tell you what's happening. They don't check nothing.
Nope.
They don't check
Talking about at Doak.
Yes, they don't check.
Oh my God, bro.
Nothing, bro. I'll tell you, bro. I went to Dope because I knew a couple girls that went there. Well, more than a couple. Hung out for the weekend. Caught one of the games out there. They ain't shit. We had like the mini like bottles like Fireball and stuff. On this like 4-5 of them a piece.
Yeah. It feels like a big high school game.
It is.
That's what it feels like.
People was sneaking alcohol in. People had Newports in there. People was vaping. So
Oh my
people
God.
Like, it's a big quasi South Georgia high school game essentially.
like where I was sitting, you can smell the weed. Like you just get the whiff like we got weed over here.
I mean, all I will say is I don't got a lot of good things to say about Tallahassee or Dope, but it's a nice place to go if you want to have a good time. I'll say that much.
It's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
But you know, it's cool too though.
My cousin played at Florida State, so yeah, I thought about Tallahassee.
I knew people that play at FSU.
That's my birthplace, man. That's my birthplace.
He doesn't claim Tallahassee people.
I do, man. I claim FAMU.
He don't. He don't claim Tallahassee.
He claim across the track, man.
He forgot about y'all.
It's Rattlers. It's all with the Rattlers, bro.
This man with the Georgia became a Georgia boy. So yeah.
It's right there. So I mean, it is what it is.
Literally.
No, let's see. I'll go back to Tallahassee for a game.
Hey, we get the freak out.
Stop.
No, I will say this. As much as I can't stand that school, I mean, they do have a lot to do on campus. In all seriousness, it's a lot to do there. It's a good, nice college town. But for me personally, Tallahassee's boring. It's pretty much Pensacola without the beach.
Mm.
That's really what it is for me.
It's right there for you. So yeah, of course. I mean, going there every now and then because like I only got to drive an hour to get there. It's not bad. It's cool to hang out for a weekend.
Yeah, because Jacksonville's like right there. I got 3 hours.
Oof.
Yeah, I pretty much got. Or if I'm booking it, it's gonna be 2.5.
Driving to the Panhandle must be hell.
It depends on what time you go. Like if you go like early in the morning, yeah, you can get there in like 2.5 hours, if not earlier than that. But I used to just drive through there like this. So I drive through there like this and go to Gainesville.
I wanted to ask y'all something about.
But about Andy Jean, yes, you're right.
Oh,
100 pounds. They did clock him at like 22.5 miles an hour, which would probably measure out to be a 4.4. Yeah, that guy is gonna be that guy gonna be something serious. I'm just let y'all know that now. We are going to let y'all know right now. That guy gonna be something serious.
I'm excited, bro, and kind of like using that to, go into a different direction. Well, kind of the same direction, but different direction. So I saw a prediction. I've kind of been off of Twitter and whatnot, just been vibing, but I saw a prediction somewhere. Big Game Boomer, who I rarely agree with, I never agree with. He had Florida finishing last in the SEC East.
He's an idiot.
Thoughts?
He's an idiot.
They ain't gonna be that bad now. Come on now.
So where do y'all see Florida finishing in the SEC East? That's what
I'm sure not last.
It definitely won't be last.
Like Vanderbilt's in this division. We're not finishing last.
Above or below Kentucky? That's the true question.
Above. The reason why? Florida's defense is going to be significantly improved.
Is it?
Can't go nowhere but up.
All right. So what are we basing this off of, though? I just want to ask that too.
Well, they hit a lot of their needs in what they did in the transfer portal. That definitely does help because they hit on a lot of positions of need. They built depth at the linebacker position, which is something that we desperately needed. After only signing one in the high school ranks, you get 3 from the portal, 2 with college experience already, and then 1 that looks like once he develops could be a really good player. And then on offense, shoring up that offensive line. I mean, yeah, Cam Waits got hurt, and we hope and pray that he gets better and he recovers from his injury. But getting a guy like Keontae Goodwin, getting a guy like Michael Miskua, getting those guys to come in and help shore up that offensive line. And then back to the defense, on the defensive line, getting a guy like Cam Jackson from Memphis to shore up that defensive line to help out guys like Chris McCullough, to help out guys like Dexter, not Dexter,
Yeah, he gone.
who, by the way, saved the turtle. Nice of you to do that. Yeah, to help out those guys. And I just like the way these pieces are kind of putting together and getting the third running back in Cam Carroll, who I think, honestly, I think that's actually going to be big for us because now you have a running back you can put in at the goal line. If Trevor Etienne and Montreal Johnson are tired, you can bring in a 6 foot, 225-pound running back in to pretty much bulldoze his way into the end zone. So bringing in guys like that, building depth, you have way more depth now than you did last season. Last season, starters go down, it's a wrap. Like, you're done. Yeah. This year, if somebody goes down, I mean, you still want to build more depth, and there's going to be a second window from the portal after spring football, so we'll see what they do there. And they're going to be looking for another quarterback as well. But this time, if a guy gets hurt, you have a guy that you can throw out there. You're not raising thin at a position at this point.
Right. And I'm like I said the past few weeks on there, I'm very neutral on everything. But I don't think we're going to be last. I think we'll have a better year than what we did last year, slightly. I think it might be like 7-5. And with the surprise win, I don't know who it is that we'll beat. I'm hoping Florida State. If we beat Florida State, I will be happy. Because people have them as a top 14 going into the next year. So
we'll see how that works out. I'll say that much.
Florida State's gonna be good, bro. They're gonna be a good team.
They are, but I literally saw this really good Florida State team in Tallahassee live in person go against a depleted Florida team with basically no wide receivers other than Ricky Pearsall and only 7.
AR was throwing fade routes to Jordan Pouncey, boy. That was a struggle. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a shit.
Caleb Douglas masterclass.
And they only won by 7, right? First of all, one of Jordan Travis's rushing touchdowns should have been a touchback.
Oh yeah.
First one should not.
2, AR was 9 for 27, and we still only lost by a touchdown. Let that sink in.
We literally tried to give them the game in the third quarter. Like,
stop running the ball at the beginning of the third quarter for no reason. What are you doing, my man?
Got down by 14, then got back to running the football, and we tied the game. We tied the game just that fast. So that's why I'm doing this for that game, because it's going to be a better team at home, and revenge is a dish best served cold. We're going to be cold-hearted to them that game.
This AP is a king of driving narratives before everything.
Bro,
you're driving the narrative. I'm not driving that, but if you beat that depleted Florida team by
oh my god,
they should have blew us out. Let's be real. They should have blew us out. We had no in that game.
We had no hit at the end of the day, but right though, I would say we don't know how we're gonna be in November 2023. We don't know how they're going to be in November 2023.
We don't know how healthy. We don't know how healthy we're going to be. We don't really know much.
But see, I'm glad y'all said that, because this is why I don't like these way too early season predictions. We don't know how teams are going to be. We don't know what's going to shake out.
Well, that's the point of way too early, because there's nothing else to talk about from now until spring. So there's just everything out there.
We got basketball season going. Baseball and softball is going to be starting. Talk about that.
No one wants to talk about that. Football is a year-round thing, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
Situation. You know what I mean?
And by the way, speaking of spring football, y'all do realize that starts late next month, right?
I'm not going to spring game. I tell you that much.
I definitely ain't.
You getting dragged out there.
I'm not going to spring game, bro.
Somebody dragging you out there.
Nobody's going on a Thursday night, bro. I'm not doing that
Unless
again.
you're like a super dedicated, unless you're a bull gamer or like a super dedicated fan or a student, bro, you're not going to that. Come on.
I'll be at the crib.
Marcus, if Jerry ends up out there, you know who dragged him out there.
Hey, man. Possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
It's probably unlikely, but I'm leaving it as possible for one reason.
It's not happening.
You know what he says?
I guarantee you.
Yo, every time AB says for one reason, it's usually the most unrealistic reason.
Somebody gonna really want to go, and they gonna want to drag him with them.
Nah, not that bad.
And by the way, don't be guaranteeing like Charles Barkley because that don't.
I guarantee.
That don't end well for him. You don't do it.
Guaranteed. 1,000% guaranteed, as Jay Breezy I would do.
He'll be in Gainesville that weekend at a baseball game or a softball game.
See, that's the only way I go. If I were to go to like a baseball game or something like that, but I don't even know.
Well, I'm still debating because they both play Georgia that weekend, and I'm still debating whether I want to because I've never seen the softball team play live in person. That's something I want to see. That's something I want to see. And by the way, I think they're preseason number 3 in the country as well. And they're projected. They are the preseason pick to win the SEC this year. So, yeah, shout out to the softball team. I think they're gonna be, they gonna be them. They
You're
are.
gonna see about it, man. You're gonna see, I'm hoping so. I mean, I'm ready to see our girls and boys kind of back to that top of the line, top tier status. So, yeah.
Yeah, and pray for our basketball team also, by the way, because
they're not horrible.
They're learning. They're learning on the fly.
Yeah,
They are what they are.
Let's just hope we don't get beat by 20. That's all I say. I don't want to get beat by 20. I'm trying not to be scared. I'm trying to say scared money don't make money. I'm trying to say all that, but sometimes you got to be realistic too.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard you say something realistic, though, AB.
That's how you know it must be bad.
What do you mean? First time I've said something realistic.
See, what I've learned about AB is he's very realistic about the basketball team. He really is.
I chalked up the L against Kansas State. I wasn't even gonna hold y'all that. I knew.
Yeah, that was a for sure L. I think we all saw coming.
Now, the football team, when it comes to AB, is realistic.
Delusional.
It is not.
Top 5 delusional fan of all time in football.
This I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it at this point. We all know the story with Jerry. I ain't gonna say it.
Look, bro.
I mean, his account got suspended, so you can't really see tweets no more. But we all know.
It was 8 years. No, it was 9 years ago.
9 years ago, my brother. He was a teenager.
Knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Let
What
me
choice did we
live, bro.
have, bro?
We all knew who the better quarterback was between him and Will Greer.
Yeah,
But
but we were
look.
talking to a GNC, so that kind of ended the whole thing right there anyway.
Exactly. Plus 2014, bro. Treon was looking like he was looking promising.
Players, please know what y'all are putting in y'all bodies. Please know that the substances that y'all are putting in y'all bodies are legal, and they won't get you suspended for a year by the NCAA and cause you to transfer schools and go ball out elsewhere when we had a potential national championship team there. I'm just saying, I mean.
Or, if you are doing it knowingly, you know how to cheat.
Yeah.
We don't cheat.
Take notes from Alabama, please.
I'll promote it, but if you're going to do it.
Take notes. No, bro. Alabama boys be coming out there, veins popping out their neck, out their ears, out their cat. I'd be like, freak out of here.
The big dude in the videos that be eating and all of a sudden he get up dancing. That's what the Bama boys look like.
Oh my God.
Bro.
At least they look like they have functional motion like that dude that gets up dancing.
It's crazy, bro. My dad said when he went to the Alabama game in 2011. He said he saw like Trent Richardson and Marcel Darius and stuff off the bus. He said they look like grown men. Like,
tell you right now, being from here, Trent Richardson was a grown man at 14.
It's crazy.
He was a grown man at 14 playing at Escambia High School.
Hey man, that 12-year-old man, your son finna be up there pretty soon.
This is the last time I'm gonna say it. I have no relations to that kid right
He
now.
look like you.
That kid is 4 and 225.
He got your lazy eye. He got your mustache. He got your complexion. He got everything.
I don't have a lazy eye.
You got the 2008 Shawn Michaels eye, bro. Yes, you do.
Oh my god.
No, I do not. You will not put that kid on me. First of all, he looked more like you.
No, he don't. He look like you. He got your complexion and everything.
He actually do.
That's a
Y'all got the
lie.
same complexion. Your hairs are the same.
Baby, he looks like you every time you say you're on dreadlocks, bro. He is you. You are him.
I will
Claim
not.
him at baggage, bro.
No,
Put the
you
papers
will
on. The same people say it's yours.
no. Maury will read. You are not followed by you. See,
Man, like Kodak said, it says 99.9, bro. Come on, stop playing.
and Maury will read.
I am 12.
Exactly.
I would have had to have been 18 for that to be possible. And yeah,
Wait, you never heard kids have people that babies at 18?
I did not have a kid at 18.
Okay, that you know of. Hey, Jerry, pull the picture up.
No.
Bro, that's what I'm doing right now. I literally am.
Didn't
Bro, I can't do this.
Do it. All right, come on, Breezy.
no.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I will not. I will knock you right. I will knock you right off.
Does he not look like you? Come on, Jerry. Proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
I will knock it right off.
Let the record reflect. Let the record reflect.
yeah.
From the screen. I swear.
Man, put it side by side with AB, man.
Moses, I will knock it off the screen.
AB, this is no, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I am sorry.
Right, I'll remove you from the screen. I swear. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Pull them up. Pull them up.
And I'm removing you from the screen.
AB, why, bro? Why does this?
Oh, I forgot Super Bowl opening night on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, ESPN too.
No.
That's your kid.
No.
AB, it's just the fact that y'all have the same mustache. Like,
By the way, people, I'm gonna say this right now. Well, I don't know where that kid lives.
no, look at this kid. Look at this kid. Look at this kid.
In all seriousness, people, I don't know where this kid lives. Look at this kid. Y'all are not
What?
and
What
convinced
is this?
that this
Bro,
kid is 12 years
it
old.
is.
12, bro?
This kid is not 12 years old.
That's 12. That was not 12, man. That man faked this damn ID.
Get out of here.
If I had a 12-year-old son and I saw that kid out there playing, my son ain't playing in the game. No, absolutely not. Like this ain't happening.
I know some 12-year-olds be bigger than some people, but geez.
That kid
I
is,
12-year-olds on mustaches.
that kid is Derrick Henry right now.
Yes.
You know what? You see what
That's
y'all did.
Derek Beck.
What happened?
See, first of all, Derrick Henry. Dang, they tied the game. Oh, okay. First of all, that kid. Oh, I was watching Texas. Ooh, dang. I ain't never seen Duke get beaten like that.
Oh, no, bro.
89?
81-59?
They got cooked.
1 turnovers. Mike Krzyzewski is spinning over his grave right now.
And they got Virginia on Saturday.
His basketball grave.
Okay, there we go.
His basketball. You see what y'all started? No, J Money. This is not true. This is not true.
Look, man.
And on top of that, he don't have the bandana and the sunglasses either. By the way, he was at the Royal Rumble, which means you already know what that means.
He's getting ready to go, man. Send that boy to the PC.
NWO coming back for WrestleMania. I'm telling y'all that right now. They coming back for WrestleMania.
NWO.
Hey man, look. Y'all see that picture?
Oh, hold on. Who you said was it? What'd you say? Oh, AB, who you said was it?
Hulk Hogan. So you already know what that means. If he was at the Royal Rumble, get ready for NWO. And
I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see that racist on my screen, bro.
you won't watch WrestleMania and you won't love it.
I'm gonna watch night 2. the end of night 2 and watch Kobe win the title and call it a day.
You will watch what?
I would watch night 2.
Most of the action gonna be on night 1.
I'll watch the good parts of night 1. I'll try to sift through the BS of night 2 to the main event, which is the real good stuff.
You know what they need to do. Night 1 need to be all the little poo-poo matches that don't nobody care about.
You know, like they did last year. Night 1 was the best night, and then they put all the crap on night 2 and then the main event.
It was like, why?
They put the Jackass match on night 2.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna just leave this on. Y'all let me know what the main event.
Also, the most what they
Yeah.
really should do, AB, you know what they should do? Stop doing 2 fucking nights.
Yeah, just have it be like 4 hours long. Like start it at like 5 Eastern and or 6 Eastern, have it end at like 10 o'clock.
They're not gonna do it obviously because you have to get everybody on the show apparently, but just put all the best stuff. One night all the day.
Matches don't need to be 45 minutes long.
No, not gonna be 45 minutes. The matches aren't. But they're gonna put a bunch of matches on.
No. Remember, one match was like 45 minutes long
Which one?
last year.
Which one
I
was
forget
it?
which one it was. It was one that was like 45 minutes long.
Oh, let me look this up actually. Hold on, 'cause I know one of the matches was pretty long.
Yes, J Money, he is on steroids. At this point, we got to check for all that. Steroids, we got to check birth certificates. But yeah, what Marcus was saying, like with his dad going to the game. Well, what was Marcus? Was it you or was it Jerry?
It was Jerry.
We're both me.
Dad said he went to the game and looked at just look at the Alabama
Oh yeah.
bus.
Oh, by the way, AB, to answer your question, the longest match in the card was 24 minutes.
It seemed like 45 minutes because
Well, it was AJ Styles and Edge. Yes, it seemed longer than that.
they did so much, it made it seem so much longer.
I don't need to see Edge at this age wrestle that long. I don't.
You know who's gonna pop up at WrestleMania, right?
Who was saying?
RKO.
If his back is good,
Oh, he'll be there.
RKO is not wrestling again. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh,
I
he
wouldn't have him.
RKO the heck out of somebody.
If I were him, I would not wrestle right now. His back is really messed up.
You just RKO somebody. But yeah, with Jerry,
Do you want him taking back bumps with this injury? Do you really want him doing that? You want to do it to Randall Keith Orton, man? I don't want to see him go out like that.
Daniel Bryan come back with a head injury, with a neck and head injury.
I mean, concussions or whatever. You have concussions. Don't wrestle for a
Also,
bit.
CTE is just whatever.
To Brian Danielson, yes, it is. That man's nuts. He did not even headbutts.
But yeah, with Jerry saying his dad went to the Alabama game, like just look at those scenes getting off the bus. You can just tell, that's an SEC football team. I need my Florida football team looking like that. And with some some of them gonna be looking like that. Keontae Goodwin's gonna be one of the ones getting off the bus looking like that. Matter of fact,
I'm proud of it. Proud of it.
You said who?
I'm proud of it.
They're all the linemen gonna be looking like that.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Arms all out here.
I need that bus shaking side to side when them boys get off.
Don't know what's going over now.
Every tip over. Just
Need
not.
to tip over.
Yeah, just
Bro,
not.
Dad's gonna make the thing tip over.
Yeah, just not on anybody though. We'll need to tip it over on anybody. Yeah, we don't need that. But yeah, y'all got any final thoughts before we head up out of here? Besides who playing 2K and who doing good at it?
Wash your butt. I gotta take a shower.
This guy.
Hey man, I'm with him on that one. You already told me.
And by the way, who playing 2K right now?
I am not going to be playing 2K tonight. I would have, but I don't want to tonight.
I might be threatening to trade me right now. I'm like, hold on a minute.
Bro, don't worry. It's a stupid story, bro. This 2K is like good, but it pisses me off. It's just
some of it is dumb. Like you gotta go on the date with the girlfriend who's also your business manager, and
bro, AB,
Jesus, AB, why are you like this?
have y'all been looking at the work? Yeah, you're trying to kill them guys.
They get it in though. I don't say that, especially the young boys.
Already saying they sore and everything. Yeah, good.
If
If
it
you
hurts,
need
it
work,
works.
you work it.
if Andy Jean's up 200 pounds, that's a good thing.
If it ain't hurting, you ain't working.
I see Ada Mazel got some. He getting bulkier now, man. You know, I like that. So, yeah, it's lit.
Yeah. The freshman, they said the veterans saying the freshman coming in. Yeah, they said about these workouts. They I like what I'm hearing about the freshmen. They coming in, they working. They coming in.
I got a good feeling about Will Norman, bro. I got a good feeling.
You saw him in that All American game. You saw him.
He gonna be nice. He gonna be nice.
He was dominating the practices. And then Kelby Collins dominated the game.
Yeah, we got us something.
We got us 2 killers right there, and we all had questions about Will Norman. People saying, "Oh, he's not good. He's not good." Okay, well, we gonna see. You're unarmed All American. Let's see what you do. Yeah. All the ones that said he wasn't good. Yeah, y'all done eating crow. Y'all want to eat smoked crow.
Yeah, that boy gonna be nice.
That boy's gonna be real nice.
You never know how good someone's gonna be until you step on the field. Like, I don't like making proclamations.
Look at Amari Cooper at Bama. He wasn't that highly recruited. Like he was only if there was rankings back then, he was like what the 304th ranked player at the time. He was an All-American, but he looked good in the All-American game. And
few players I knew were gonna be good. Jared Davis was one of them. I went to high school with him. He's always been like a natural competitor. And Kadarius Toney. Those are 2 guys I just knew was gonna be good.
No matter what you did, you were gonna get somewhere. And they figured it out with him.
And I put people on about Kadarius Toney because people were hating on that. Like, yeah, I get their highlights all the time here. Yeah, that kid is one of them ones.
Yeah.
He just don't camp a whole lot, but y'all gonna see.
Right.
On campus.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted him on the field. And now he playing in the Super Bowl.
Also, AV, real quick before we get off, there was one prospect that you showed the other day in a film study that we had, and I think the kid, like I didn't look at his ranking before you showed me, but I think the kid's massively overrated. I have to say it off air, but like massively overrated. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
it's a cornerback. It's a cornerback.
And with that, we are out of time. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. We do appreciate y'all for coming on and watching. We're gonna get up out of here. Who got the song? Is it me or?
Yeah, I think it's you. Dang, man,
I'm gonna go with one that I don't know if y'all have heard of. It's by French Montana with Chris Brown and Migos on it. Called "Hold Up."
So it's Chris Brown and Migos in French Montana in a DJ Khaled role.
Nope. No. Mm-mm. It's not a DJ Khaled role.
I wish it was.
Well, the only 2 members of Migos that's on this track is Quavo and Takeoff, R.I.P. Takeoff. By the way, if y'all watched that tribute last night at the Grammys,
bro, I didn't even watch the Grammys. Did Kendrick Lamar win Best Album?
No. Best rapper, yeah. You knew damn well he wasn't gonna win Best Rapper. Best album.
Person that won Best Song they didn't even believe they was gonna win.
I mean, to be fair, Song of the Year is basically for songwriting. And if you actually look at the lyrics of that song is pretty damn dope. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wait. So he won the Heart 5?
I don't think he won.
He won for something for the Heart 5 though.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at now. He won something.
Yeah, I don't think it was song. I don't think it was. It wasn't song of the year. I don't know about album of the year.
Album of the year. I think Harry Styles won that.
But this was.
He won Best Rap album. Yeah.
Best Rap album.
That was no question.
Okay.
Yeah, that one wasn't a question. But if y'all saw that tribute and J Money said he didn't see it, it took everything. It took everything for Quavo not. You can see the pain in his eyes doing that tribute. It was sad. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like my eyes was like watery watching that. It hurt. I ain't gonna lie. That hurt. Yeah. Like you get a pain in his voice. But this is what pissed me off. You know that Twitter account, the Daily Loud. They tried to say that before the tribute, Quavo and Offset got into a physical altercation.
Oh God.
He also said the same thing, to be fair, but you know. And TMZ said the exact same thing. Like they're the ones that originally reported it.
Yeah, and who came out and vehemently denied that?
Offset.
Exactly. Because somebody started a rumor saying that. It's like, y'all, if y'all gonna start rumors, at least make them believable. Like in that moment, you really think them two gonna really start fighting? And that's about to come up. Come on, y'all. Be
None of
better.
my business. It's none of my business.
Can you wrap this up now, please?
What?
Can you wrap this up now?
Yeah, we wrapping it up, but that's
None of
what,
my business.
put it up, Jared. Where we can follow everybody on Twitter and social media?
Yes, man. Always, you can follow me on Twitter at jbreezy_ii. Follow my Instagram at jlamar_ii. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Shoot.
Yep, down below on the ticker. Marcus Davis 904 is the usual for me.
Put that Trevor Lawrence jersey back up there, man.
It'll be back up shortly.
Good. And follow me on Twitter at AceWave1, on Instagram at Ace_Wave1. Follow the podcast account on Twitter at Inside_Swamp and on Instagram at Inside_ForwardAthletics. Once again, we appreciate BT Rydell for joining us tonight.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for the baseball team and softball. They're getting started this weekend, and baseball the weekend afterwards. So we're going to have more content for y'all. And with that, we're going to leave y'all as we always do. Go Gators. God bless. Tell your loved ones you love one. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of your mental health. Be safe out there. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Marcus.
Wash thoroughly with soap your nasty, germ-infested, stank, booty behinds.
Just like I'm finna do, right? Nah.
Yeah, Jared, we can smell you through the screen. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Nah, you probably can, bro. You probably can.
Oh, the hell not. Yeah, be safe out there, y'all. We got a COVID outbreak at my job, so y'all be safe out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get the job like now, please.
I'm in the trenches right now. I'm trying.
We're gonna be back at it again tomorrow with Indisputable Evidence. A whole lot to talk about right there.
Super Bowl predictions coming tomorrow.
And will John Morant be out with a wrist injury from shooting somebody? Oh, that's it.
Jesus Christ!
What?
We gonna
talk about Jerry?
What am I missing?
We
a lot.
We gonna give you a glimpse of that off the air, but yeah, we gonna get up out of here with that. God bless, and we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow night with Darnell.
And with that, go Gators.
Go Gators.